Hey, welcome. I sent the link to everybody. Supposed to be here. Let me know if y'all receive it. And let me say quickly, bear with me. Give me a second, folks. I'll type it in my tablet. Okay, I sent the link. Let me know if y'all receive it. I'm waiting. Welcome. Good afternoon. Good evening. Welcome. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Welcome. This is Tech for Your Knees. Okay, let me send the link again. Give me a second. That's weird. I just send it before all this. Oh, I know why. I forgot to hit enter. My apologies. Let me see. Yep. Okay, the link is there, my brother. My apologies. Bear with me. Give me a second. I'm gonna do proper introduction and everything. So let me get water. Thanks everybody for being here. I appreciate it. If you're part of the replay crew, don't forget to type replay. Give me a second. Drink water. Hydrate. Okay, my brother from another mother. Let me know. Put it is if you're ready. Okay. Hey, how you
What's up,
doing?
man?
Give
What's
me a
going
second.
on?
Not on time. So for those, I know everybody know you, but for those on the replay crew, if you don't mind introducing yourself.
What's up, everybody? TA Tech here. Uh, just one of your average people on YouTube, and here to talk about tech, enjoy tech. Uh, yeah, that's me. If you guys want to subscribe to my channel, feel free to do so. I'm sure Tech for Needs will have links in the description.
Description.
So,
Yep.
yo, I see my good friends here. What's up, guys?
What's up? What's
Uh,
up,
I see my
everybody?
I see my
Go ahead.
compadre Hugo. What's up, man?
What happened
So,
to Michael Paper? I sent the link. Let me send the link again.
ese, are you kidding me? Vamos a estar aquí, vamos a estar aquí en la noche todo, ¿o qué?
Okay, let me know if you're ready, Michael. With a thumbs
Yo,
up.
Hugo, what's up, brother? How the heck did you get the link to this? Shoot.
Okay, so let me do introduction and then we go. Today's topic is a very dear and topic to me. I want to talk
Yep.
about life through the lens. And I post a little description that I work hard and how the beauty of you could do so much through the lens if used properly.
Yep.
Meaning that you can capture the beauty of a human being, places, buildings, landscapes. So that's where I want to take this topic. Yes, it's good to talk about vision, porn, all that, but that's been bitten, written, dead to the horse, to the world. So I don't want to copy the same thing and talk about the same thing. I wanted to tech, but y'all that are content creator, how y'all feel to be in front of the lens, conducting, recording your life, what is the beauty and stuff like that. That's the topic. So with that, can you introduce yourself, Michael Pepper, if you don't mind?
Sure. My name is Michael Pepper. I have three channels, one that I mainly use, the other that I'm working into, but my main channel is Michael Pepper Tech. I also have one that's called Tech Discussions and another one that I'm slowly working on called Define Apple. But
Okay, so I'll take it and do the first question, and you can follow me, fellas, if you don't mind. Definition: living through the lens. For me, I have a responsibility to help others through the lens. Social media is a world that it could be misconstrued and used for bad. So for me, I want to use it for good and educate people. And my catchphrase that I need to coin and phrase so nobody could take it and panic for a better tomorrow. That's what I want to do. And no matter what area, it could be tech, it could be whatever. As a creator, we got responsibility for that. And the definition for me is I got a responsibility and hold an image as proper that I can to when my legacy is gone out of this world, people be like, "Oh, that's the guy that I learned a lot from. Thank you for learning from Lewis. Thank you for that, and this and that. I could use this now. I got a better job because of you and all that." So go ahead, TA. What's the definition for you for that?
I mean, I would say the same thing, honestly.
Okay, so you want to defer to Michael Pepper then to
Yeah.
answer the question. Go ahead, Michael Pepper.
So for me, it's exhibiting what it's like to be in your shoes to other people through the camera, whether it's in stills or video, audio type of thing. I mean, my catchphrase is I don't only talk tech, I live it.
Mhm.
And the idea of that is you're not just talking about your experiences, but actually showing how you use it and how you live it so other people can relate. So whether it's being, whether it's they relate because they're a father and you're talking about how you use technology with your kids or whatever it is. Or they relate because you're talking about how older people can use it or whatever it is, being relatable and showing that connection so you're not just some person on the other side of it. You're relatable through your conversation that you're having with them. It's not just sitting down and talking to a camera, like looking at it, it's talking to your audience. There's a person on the other side, even if you're just talking to a camera.
Right.
Eye
Yeah, it's
contact is
true.
important. That's a tricky
Yeah.
one because we're not
Yeah.
live streaming. It's like, where do I
Yeah.
look?
It's true, but I'll say one thing that I learned, and then I'll pass it to TA. What I learned is that I'm not talking to an object. I'm talking to you, the human being, and the human
Right.
element is very important. And this is why I'm comfortable because I've been doing this about 5, 6 years, and I like it a lot. Live streaming. Yeah, I've been on for a while, but thanks for being here, fellas, and supporting me. And I try to do the same that I can for my fellows creator. But like right now, I could take this and throw a bunch of pictures of landscape and post it, and that could burn in somebody's bad day. You see, you don't need
Hmm.
to get this most expensive camera to produce and put out there, or you could say the message and be in front of the camera and put a little B-roll and be inspirational, and that could say somebody told me, Lewis, you said something that I'll never forget about in a podcast, and that he ended with my actual comment on the podcast was the ending, and afterwards he got a bunch of DM because that the phrase that I said, it was helpful for others. So I always like to hold myself accountable for all my own action and to a higher level because my reputation precedes me everywhere that I go. I'm here. So you know how people work on the interwebs. But go ahead, TA.
Yeah, I definitely agree to that. And Michael, as somebody who actually um, follows me or is my friend on Facebook, my personal Facebook, which by the way, Luis, I gotta get you on there. Uh, but you know, I'm all about sharing quotes, sharing pictures of myself or my dog, and just spreading some positive vibes. I think that's very important nowadays. I think that honestly, um, just being there, helping people out, whether it be in the tech community or community in general, I think it's you know just a part of you. It shows how you are as a person and as a creator as well.
And to you, Michael, and then I'll have one more question that is very important. Go ahead, Michael.
Oh, I was just gonna say, the side of showing that you're human is
Yeah,
very important and you're not just
yeah,
like some person that or something that's just spewing out whatever words that you think are gonna get attention because like yeah, like some of my most recent videos I definitely have gotten some attention, but it's the first
yeah,
time in a while I've had to delete like 10 messages in the last couple days, just comments, just going in. I don't even respond. I just delete. I don't be like, "Hey, don't talk like that." I'll
bruh.
just be like, delete. I had one of them where somebody dropped an F bomb in it, and I put it up and I said, try not to swear next time because the rest of it was good and they weren't swearing at anybody and they weren't
Yep.
calling me names. But I'm like, just try to, because I
It,
normally I
it
would
was
just
just
delete it. I
a
wish you
lot of
could.
people.
I
lot
wish
of
you
people
could
have
edit
that.
comments, though. I wish you could just be like when somebody comments like that you could go in and like bleep that out and still have the
Yeah,
rest of their
filter it.
comment instead of having to like completely get rid of it. Maybe that's something I should
Yeah,
suggest to YouTube through their
Yeah,
thing
cool.
because
yeah,
My next question is you answer a little bit, Michael Pepper, but it's more important. As person, social media influence, I hate those words. As we are in the public eye, we get ridiculed. But for me, like you say, you could delete those comments or you could write to them. I delete them because I was told by a big creator in the audio industry. You know who I'm talking about, Jeff. But it says that clients, companies are looking at you, right? I'll let you go in a minute, TA. My
mhm,
apologies.
mhm,
And they're looking at you. If you got a bunch of bad comments and you're not enforcing the law on your comment, they'll be like, "Oh, this person don't care about the people that are here, the true audience. They care, that are decent, that are good." And he leaves the bad comment, and now everybody's fighting. And I don't want to
yeah.
work with him. Go ahead, TA.
No, I agree. I agree completely. I think that honestly, just being yourself, not trying hard to impress anybody. I mean, I've been caught in that myself, trying to impress bigger people and trying to become friends with them and stuff. And you know what? There's just some people that don't belong in your circle. So don't go out of your way to, um, impress that person because what if they're not supposed to be in your life? So, you know, I think that that's really big. Um, I mean, honestly, I think that whoever's supposed to be in your circle will be in your circle. Whoever's gonna
No, I
support
agree.
you will support you, and that's
And my
just
next
that.
question, yeah, I agree. My next question is, as far as content, and besides the usual content that we do, what else you do with the camera? I've started thinking that my content, I spoke to a lot of people and I make the judgment. I'm going
Mhm.
base tutorial concept and content, proper English. Sorry, I can't speak today. And I'm going to tutorial because that is leave more evergreen. And I heard from John
Yeah,
Prosser, if he recorded on his channel, equipment. If your channel is based on the equipment, then you're wrapped in the equipment. And
yeah,
being through the lens, I
yeah.
don't want my channel to be perceived by the equipment because I cannot buy every iPhone. I'm not rich. So then you
Right.
pigeonhole to the equipment. So he said, be the face of the channel. I'll never forget when John Prosser said that many videos ago. And I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh. And that's why I changed my channel. And when I start doing videos, I want to go into the tutorial route and do it still reviews a little here and there. But the bulk of it's going to be evergreen content so people could,
Yep.
get more help. I don't
Yep.
know about y'all how y'all want to run your channel, but that's how I'm going to do it. Anybody could discuss that. Go ahead. Mic is open. Yeah.
so for me it's all about like it doesn't really matter what tools I use. It just depends on what I'm doing. So I'm doing the talking head obviously to sit down in front of this and just turn on my computer, run it through and have it ready to go, which I need to fix some things because I've been having some tech woes, as we call them, where my audio has been coming out in like single mono audio for some reason. Now, when it's done that, I discovered that today as I was about to have my video go live, and there were like 2 views on it, and then I had to privatize it and re-upload.
Bruh.
But fortunately, DaVinci Resolve has a way that you can select a channel and then you can duplicate the channel so that way you get right and left ear, but it's not going to really be true stereo. Then it's going to be kind of more of a mimic of, but I guess that's kind of how stereo works, anyways.
Mhm.
But for me, it's like give energy to the people that provide the positivity and provide like the good input. And it's not that you don't take criticism, but like if people are being just ridiculous with it, where they're like, "Oh, all Apple fans are stupid for supporting this," or "This is their fault," and it's like has nothing to do with what you're talking about. And it's kind of one of those things like, okay, yeah, I can
Boo.
agree. I can agree, but like sometimes you can agree with some of that stuff, but
Mhm.
it's like you generalities. I hate generalities being like
Uh,
all this or whatever. And it's like because I'm a fan of all tech, so I'm an Apple fan. I'm a whatever. So
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
me too.
agree.
Because being
I
well rounded, it gives you more knowledge for to express yourself and teach more. But go ahead, Ta.
I think honestly, just being yourself and um, you know, not having to worry so much that you're in front of the camera and you're gonna mess up and you'll look weird, whatever. Fix yourself, do whatever you need to do, and just do the video. Um,
Yeah,
and
like
if
hat.
there's if there's mistakes or everything, try to cut them out to the point where it's not too noticeable. I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to record and think about you know when I mess up and when I start again or start over, how it's gonna look in the edit. And so I think that's one thing to keep in mind.
Yeah, that's true. Also, the other day I was just out with a friend, and it was just the day after my birthday, the 26th of February,
Mhm.
and I was throwing picture, and I threw a picture, but a lady was behind me, and she loved the picture because she saw what I was doing with my phone. She's like, "Can I have it?"
Yeah,
I looked at her, and she was older, so I say, "Sure." I send it through to the iPhone, and I share it, no problem.
yeah.
It was she was the lovely lady. She said, "You brighten my day," and it's a lot of responsibility because I
Oh
mean,
yeah, yeah,
yeah, because no, the wrong thing that you said on camera, somebody could kill themselves, and then But we're not that type of people. I'm just saying that happened. It has been
yeah.
documented on social media. So this is
Right.
why I hold myself to her standard.
And
My word is sacred. If I don't carry myself like that, I'm going to tame myself. But go ahead, Ta.
I think that honestly, I mean, we're not perfect. We're human. I think that uh, trying to be perfect on camera and looking good, getting all the facts right in the video and stuff like that, you're not gonna get everything right. You're gonna make videos that, especially if you make leak videos, um, you're gonna get things wrong, and people are gonna come at you. Be okay with that and just move on. As we said earlier, um, try not to engage with the hate. I think it's very important.
Negativity.
I think it's very important to en- engagement is engagement, like my good old friend Benji says. Um, you know, but try not to go and attack the person and stuff like that. Just keep it simple, keep it clean, and go about your day. Say, hey, I'm human. You know, I think one way, and this happened another. Not my fault. Just trying.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah, and I've been loving your content. And Michael Pepper, the 360 you did by talking head. A lot of people have been giving you good phrases, good praises. You've seen that in the comment, and I like the way you taking it, take discussion. Like Taylor, you open up to your disability a while back. That's making more
yeah.
relatable. But there's people that need help with that. There's no need to
I
be shy
actually,
the way you are. But go ahead.
I actually had a person who does content, not tech content or anything, but she did one video of how she uses her Apple Watch as a person with disabilities. I'll have Tech Via Needs link that. I think that
Yeah,
was a really cool video. I think that, um, I think a lot of people who have disabilities should make videos like that on how tech can help them with their daily life and how they use tech in their daily life with having a disability. I like tried to cover it up for many years, but then I was like, you know what? This is a part of me. There's things that I could be doing, but I'm not because I'm trying to hide my disability from the camera. And honestly,
we
as
love you
soon
the
as
way you are. Go ahead.
and as soon as I was like, you know what? I'm breaking out of that shell. I'm going
What
to
is your
do
heart?
this. Um, bruh, like everything changed for me. So you know what? You can't let anything stop you. If you want to do something, go for it.
There's two people. They both blind. She lived by herself. I don't know if they channel. And have you followed this guy, the blind surfer guy? He's an amazing guy. He's
No,
blind. Well, he went blind since he was a
there's
little kid, little by little. And then when he was losing his sight at the 17 or 18, he get worse and worse. And he's the voice over a bunch of shows that you want to imagine. He even did SpongeBob
yeah.
as a blind person. But
There's
anything you
there,
want to add? Go
sorry
ahead.
to interrupt you. There's people. What's his name? James something. A lot of people are following him now.
Hmm.
Um, James Rath, I think it is.
I think I
He's
heard
a
about him.
he's a blind person and he makes content. I mean, take that for example. I think it's inspiring to see that people, um, don't let their disability take take away from making content and doing what they want. You know, I think it's such a big thing.
And I'll say one thing, and I would like to relate this question to all of y'all. What's the number one thing you learned being talking through the lens? I learned that I'm capable of just by my being here and my voice to I'll say this, I want to articulate it the right way, to get to help people and get to people's heart. Because
Yeah.
like I did that a couple of times and people came to me in the private DM and say, thank you for you brightened my day and stuff like that. It's a thing that I learned that, one phrase, it could be one people's day. Hmm.
Yeah.
What about you, Michael
Uh,
Pepper?
yeah, man. I even had you on my podcast and you were quiet. What's up? What's been up with you? What's going on? You're not your talkative
I
self.
I have practiced better at not interrupting people and talking so much, so I wait my turn.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Okay.
that's
That,
understandable. See, that's a new
I
skills.
see.
See, we're talking about skills on camera.
By the way, I
Yeah,
want to shout out everybody
yeah,
watching
go
on
ahead.
my program. I see all you guys. I'm not ignoring. I'm just part of the
Yeah, shout out
conversation.
to everybody.
I'm like focused on the conversation, but still seeing the comments at the same
So
time.
for me, one thing I've learned is do what's easy.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
mean it's lazy, but like it's easy because you enjoy it and
Yes.
because it doesn't take a lot of work to reproduce every time. Like if something takes too much, then it will be hard to find to like continue to do it and be consistent. So like
Mhm.
for example, if you're doing tech news and all of a sudden it's like, well, it's really hard to find something that somebody else hasn't already covered that way, then so for me, like I did a video today about the whole Gemini and Apple thing, but I did it from the perspective of a little bit of their history and like my perspective on
I
it
need to watch
differently
that.
than like the whole like here's here's what's going on and like this is the it's more like here's what I know how Apple functions and here's why my thoughts on it and people seem to like that. I did one on a shaver that was funny.
Oh yeah, I love that one.
One of my favorite videos was, "I didn't need to see you shave." I'm like, "You really thought I was actually shaving? Like, did you not hear that there wasn't a shaver running in front of the microphone? Like, it was just my intro." Like,
Wow.
it was funny. I just deleted the video. I'm like, or deleted the comment. I'm like, because there were some rude things in it, and I was like, "Then
Hey,
don't
that
watch."
that
Or
was
somebody was like, "I hope I never get recommended your video again." I'm like, "Well, you gave me engagement, so whether you do or not, like."
dude. That's like when I had the Intel MacBook Pro. How many times did we stream and and people that were on the stream could hear the the freaking thing going, the fans
Oh, the
going, and
fan.
I'm just like, bruh, like, I mean, if this thing takes off midstream, I'm sorry.
I mean, we all know a couple people that are like either visually impaired, like Ramal Media. He's technically visually impaired, legally blind,
Oh
I
wow.
believe.
Really?
And one
I didn't know that.
like completely.
Oh
Um,
wow.
Because I know he talked about
Oh
with the
yeah.
Vision Pro, the whole thing was
Yeah.
like trying to use it with that, and they have an ability
Oh,
where you
dude.
can like disable the one eye. So if you have like a lazy eye, it won't all of a sudden start trying to track it and follow it. And he talked about that. Jason C that does a tech twisted was his thing for a while, and he's got a bunch of he does random stuff on there now. But I know he had a head injury, or yeah, he had like surgery and stuff, and so he's got some vision and hearing impaired stuff, but he just uses a lot of voice dictation, or like it reads it to you. I use a lot of accessibility functions, just like um I had I had it set so you how you can press and hold on your phone to select texts.
Yep.
Well, I have that set up and then hit to have it read the text to you, so that way you can select specific parts and not have it do the whole screen. And so I use those accessibility features just so that I can set something down and have it read an article to me and not have to like actually pay attention to it necessarily, especially if it's like a really long article, or just to
Mhm.
listen, because to see it yourself is one thing, but to hear it, our brains process things differently visually, auditorily, than and than reading it, hearing it, seeing it visually moving around, different than just reading texts. So I
Yep.
don't know. To me, though, the whole important thing of a camera is you can also do things where you're not on camera. So if you
Hmm.
don't like your appearance, or you are really nervous about being a creator because you're like, I have some disability and I think people are going to make fun of me, there's faceless channels that are hugely successful where you're just
Yeah.
Good
talking and
point.
you can do top
Yeah.
down, especially if you're doing tech. Like, I mean, I don't know, let's say I'm doing mental health and I want to talk about this eucalyptus oil or whatever. You could just have that in front of the camera and just be talking about it, and like show putting it into like a diffuser and discussing how
Yeah.
that works and stuff. You don't
Flossy
have
Carter
to.
style.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flossie.
Carter style.
Tech
I was gonna say,
Unravel. Tech
yeah.
Unravel.
Oh yeah, Tech Unravel. I was gonna say something else, that those two channels that I mentioned earlier, it's amazing how they are living. Well, he got a wife, but he's famous. He did a bunch
Hmm.
of commercial. You like, oh, that's the voice. You'd be like, wow. But the man makes me is he got his coach and he goes surfing and he wear a shirt when he surfs. It says a blind guy. Real waves and everything. I gotta get this
Dude.
channel and link
Dude.
it. You'll love it. Like the stuff that he do. Even with this disability, he have gone bad situation. People still one time they punched him. I don't know why, but he got evidence video. But but he been the voice of so many. He even did SpongeBob voice. I don't know what character, but he did some of those and stuff like that.
Wow.
But what I learned, another thing to begin to do into the lens is that I could be having a bad day and I'd be like, okay, let me go and shoot buildings, landscape, and that also could brighten my day because spring
Yeah.
is coming, and
Dude.
and that could be good.
Luis, I gotta send you some pictures that I took of my dog outside. Michael, you probably saw them on Facebook. I put them on Facebook, and I was like, wow, I'm really getting into mobile photography. I think that honestly, yeah, I see a lot of people with cameras and doing all that photography, and that's amazing. I think, but I think our phones are just as good. Um, I can't say better because honestly, they're not, but they're just as good. And honestly, like I've been taking pictures left and right, and I love it. I think iPhone, we all know it. iPhone has one of the best cameras. I mean, yeah, there are better out there on Android side, but um, I think that when it comes to video, especially, I think iPhone is just where it's at. You know, um, and it soothes me to take videos and pictures outside of nature and stuff. Um, like I was just outside the other day, like I said, and like it was awesome. I honestly, I don't know whether I should do it on my main tech Instagram or not, but I was thinking of posting some pictures sometimes. I post them on Facebook almost like every week because
Yeah, let me
it's
show you an
just
example. I took
yeah.
this photo. Let me fix the actual brightness. And look, it's just so simple, but oh, whoops. Let me go back to it. Give me a second, folks. Here we go. Can y'all see it?
Can you put it back a little bit more?
Okay, let me know.
Yeah, that's good.
You
Wow, that's
see,
amazing.
I was just fooling around. I looked up and I took that picture and I sent it to one person. That person said, "Look, he been doing replica with popsicle
Yeah.
those sticks." He said, "I'm gonna replicate that and do that type of style, but flip it over and convert it into a chest to put my jewelry."
Yep.
She told me that.
Yep.
I was like, "Oh wow, good idea." So she's gonna follow the lines and see this type of lines. And she said, "I'm gonna do the glass like that too." And put the popsicle around it and paint it and put my jewelry because I like it. But the
That's
bottom
awesome.
is gonna be instead of the glass, she's gonna put individual cutouts of woods, like doing a rustic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hey, there's any
Hey,
comments? Forget about the audience.
hey, babe, I
Let me,
see you. What's up?
Every
yeah,
single
Um,
one of my recent videos,
mhm.
um, when I do my intros, has been recorded lately with a phone. I do some fun things with it, like having a foldable. You can
yep.
do some really cool like
Yep.
panning stuff because you can have it angled, so you can have it down and then use the hinge and kind of like close it. And as you do that, it pans from down to up, but you get it held
Ooh.
still. And then things like I've done a couple of these where I'll take my phone and hold it near the product that I'm talking about and then bring it away from it, and then I
Yep.
reverse that, and it looks like you're zooming in, it looks like you're going close to it. So
Yep.
you can or you can start away from it and go close to it if that's easier, and then reverse that, and it gives you like that backing up animation. So there's
Dude, that's
tricks you
awesome.
can do that just so you don't have to have like gimbals and steady follows and
Right.
all this other stuff. I'm literally just hand holding doing that and like the pans and stuff and software that you can do where you can um, do like steady cam where you can bring it in and it
Mhm.
will it so if you start far enough away and then you do
Yep.
like a sweep over something if you're a little bit shaky because what's going to do is it's going to crop in to make it stable
Yep.
so you'll lose some of that frame, but just the little tricks like that you can figure out, and it's so easy. And
Yeah, I
and the
want to do.
quality you get versus using like a full-on camera is crazy. Like the HDR ability, the audio quality, not having to buy a microphone necessarily. Now,
And
if you're
that
outside and it's windy, that's a little bit tricky. But then software that you can use, you can isolate your voice and stuff and get away with not having to
right.
necessarily have a soundproof room or like
Right.
a
Right.
dead cat on your microphone for outside.
Dude,
Yeah, I want to read this
I,
comment before we continue.
I
If you
used
don't
to
mind.
do that until I had this.
Yeah, okay. Let me read this comment to make sure. He says
Yeah,
still
absolutely.
are terrific and underrated tools for content creator, whether they are used as the whatever effect, blah 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 blah. You get my point. Y'all can read it. But also, I want to show you something. I did a trick on my phone for a video. It's
Yep.
it's old video. It's what is in my iPhone? I think it was
Yep.
8 or something. I don't know. Whatever iPhone I did, but I did the intro. Let me. This is me talking. Can y'all see it? So
Yep.
give me a second. Watch the trick that I did. Give it a second. I'm talking about my phone, but watch. It's a cinematic intro. Keep watching, keep watching. Boom.
Oh.
See, because I'm talking about my phone. You see what I did? So
Yep.
since I'm talking
Yep.
about right from my
I like
iPhone, I
that.
was talking inside the phone. See, like
I.
Michael Pepper said, handheld, nothing specific.
Yep. Yep. And yeah, you
Go
don't.
ahead, fellas.
And honestly, like, you don't need the latest and greatest of equipment. You know. I mean, I started off with a $20 little tripod and and my phone. Like, that was it, you know. And Michael and Luis, you remember the times with my HP computer that I first
Oh,
started
yeah,
off my
interviewing
channel.
people.
Dude, like, and that was what I was talking about earlier. Like, honestly, you know, you can't be ashamed or, whatever of what you have. Work with what you have and build up. I think that's really, really important. Um, and I mean, things are going to happen if, if you're somebody who's going to live stream and stuff. I think, bro, you know what? It's a live stream. Things are going to happen. Just do what you can and move on.
Yeah,
Something
I'm gonna give
happens
you a perfect example. I'm sorry
now.
to interrupt you. Go ahead, finish.
Nowadays, YouTube, you can go in after the live stream and edit out what you don't want. So if there's anything that happens during a live stream that you don't want in for the replay crew, go into YouTube Studio and fix it. It's that simple.
Yeah, I'm gonna
And
give you
for
a
those
perfect
who were
example.
there at the time, listen, they're there because they support you. So if they say something about it, then hey, that's not on you. That's on them.
Who's this? You,
It's
Michael?
me. It's me again. Yes, I added
Okay,
a
okay,
second
cool.
camera,
Whoa.
so you can
No,
see.
he,
Tech PDs. Who's this?
So this is the intro that I was working on.
oh, cool,
Ooh.
gotcha.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, I love it.
Dude.
So it's literally just like a pan sweep added to basically I just put in two clips. So I have this clip as the original one, uh, and it's just a pan over, and then I sped that up and steadied it a little bit, and then I took my phone and put it close up to the box and then pull it away from it, so you get this effect. And look
Oh
how
yes.
shaky it is, but then I steadied it, so you get that like reverse pan out effect. But
So you did
actually,
the same thing as me, as I pull out from the video from the phone. The same idea you did.
but what's funny is what I actually do with it is like, let's say, so this is what I was going to talk about.
Hmm.
So I'd have the device there, and what I actually do is I'll typically start away from it and then bring it close to where I want, and then I reverse that. So then you get that motion because it's
Yeah.
easier to go this way than it is to try to like line it up and know that when you move out, it's going to be in focus and lined up. So, anyways, yeah, now you got like that effect where it's you're seeing double of all of us.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
And let me know if you want to keep it. That camera is not gonna take it off. It's up to you.
I,
But
I
also,
want to know. I want
There
to
you
know
go.
from you guys and from the people in the comments. What do you guys think about this setup right here? I mean, I was at my desk a lot of the time, but I wanted to change it up. Um, I was trying to get the continuity cam to work. It didn't. So thankfully to Irian, I can still use my phone, but it's gonna be further away from me. That's why you
So
can see such a big
I found out
angle.
something. I found something weird with continuity camera.
What's
yeah, go
that?
ahead.
It if you are somebody who like turns your Bluetooth off on your computer whenever you don't use it, there's been an issue with like a bug for a while now where it I had problems where if I was doing that, I'd have to like restart my computer to get continuity camera to work every time. Now with the
Mhm.
most recent update, it's been fine, but I still see that people have glitches sometimes, or like it can also depend on if you have multiple routers in your Wi-Fi network. Like if you use like a mesh network, going in and out of that can be tricky. But and it can just depend on the proximity of what you are. It can also depend on like if you're running a beta on your phone but not on your computer, or vice versa, or if you're running betas on both, or there's just some weird things. But
Yeah, I
locking
want
and
to say
unlocking your
something.
phone, turning Bluetooth on and off on both devices, and actually turning it on and off, not just the toggle like that's in the control panel where it doesn't actually turn it off. But I just leave
Yeah.
Bluetooth on all the time so I don't have those problems.
So I'll give you a perfect example how I know y'all got comfortable too, but I've been doing this and I feel comfortable. I feel like this is my wheelhouse live streaming. I'll be like, hey, if you want to be part of my crew, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. See, simple. See how relatable and honest, and I wasn't shaky. I wasn't monotone, robotic. I spoke to my best ability. It's easy, and that's what I like. I saw the improvement of both of y'all and me. I've been doing this for I'm a live streamer. Okay, that's what I am. That's my title. You know, I won't deny it, but I'm happy. Things are moving up. Getting opportunities and stuff like that. So, everything is working out. Like I said, there's beauty in this. And we talk about already enough about the lens. I'm gonna leave it open topic for now until we finish discussing this. And whenever time we leave the live stream, but the mic is open. So whatever y'all want to talk, we already discussed the topic to death. So anybody could take over, whatever you want to talk, your setup, whatever, anything you got going on, or any tech coming up, whatever. But go ahead. I'm ready to listen. So either Tech or Michael Pepper, y'all could start the conversation. TA.
Yeah, so I actually just finished a video. I'm probably gonna get some B-roll for it before I upload it. But I did a video and I have it here, and I'm using them. The AirPods 3 in 2024, my thoughts, and talking a little bit about the AirPods 4, whether or not you should get them. So that'll be up right after the live stream once I finish. All I need to do, it's already on YouTube, it's unlisted, but you know how it is. I gotta do the title and the description and all that. So, but as far as other things, I do want to apologize to you, Tech for Your Needs. I've been
you're fine. No need to say sorry.
I've been double booking the podcast, and this week I was just like, wait, I completely messed up my schedule. So I was like, you know what? I'm sure he'll understand. We'll just do it next week. But
yeah, I got your back. I'm flexible.
And then comes Mr. Smartwatch, and all my other channels. I haven't done TA Talks in a while. I did do. I'm getting back to TA Gaming. I don't know if you guys know, but I did some gaming a while ago, and I'm getting back to it. And so I'm gonna do that. And I have another thing, and I don't know. All right, you guys. I don't know if you guys. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but this water bottle actually has MagSafe.
Yeah, I seen that. Somebody review it. I can't remember the channel, but go ahead.
And I love this thing. Literally, you pop it up. It has a ball head. You can move it around. I think I'm going to review it over the summer at some point. But honestly, I've been having this for a couple months, and I love this thing. I mean, literally, if I forget my tripod and I want to record something, just pop it on this thing and start recording. And honestly, it wasn't that expensive either. So
I found an inadvertent advantage to MagSafe on the back of my phone.
How's that?
My IEMs that I have from Periodic Audio come in this tin, and it happens to be the same size and it's metal. That it basically, if I wanted to throw it in a bag and make sure it stays with it, or slide them both in my pocket, make sure that the metal's not going to slide up against my phone, it just holds it in place.
Oh yeah, Michael Pepper, we got the same case, but my difference, I got the 14. The day that you was talking about it, you did a video thing, is the day that I bought it. But I bought the green because that's my favorite color.
Yeah,
sticks to your. You can stick it to your refrigerator.
Yeah, I did that.
Metal surface. You can just go. I decided I was like messing around. I'm like, I accidentally stuck it on the I sat it down and it happened to stick to this. And I was like, I wonder if it will stick to the refrigerator. And I put it on there.
I
And as
think
long
you
as
did a
there's nothing in
tweet.
between it, it's perfect. And it's like such a unique thing. If the camera bump wasn't here in the way sometimes, I could actually stick two phones back to back with the and basically line them up perfectly. Um,
Yeah.
Excuse
I
me.
have I have lots coming up. I need
Can
to
I
do my like initial review on this thing. On my
can I
S24 Ultra. I need to
Okay,
do
let's read this comment. Go ahead, Michael. I'll let you take it, if
I
you don't
need to
mind.
do, oh, I loathe AirPods. No offense to anyone. Their style never fit my ears correctly, and I don't think the audio quality, even for phone calls and VoIP apps, was that great for the money. Well, they're hard. Phone call is hard to beat. I would say the closest I've had to it are the Galaxy Buds Pro 2, as far as audio quality, and the Soundcore Liberty 3 Pros, the 2 Pros, and newer. Basically, I have good audio quality as far as microphones go. Like I've had those and then just called my dad and had a conversation and then been like, how's the audio quality? He's like, oh, you just sound like you're on, normal. I'm like, well, I've been using earbuds and you're sitting 15 feet away. Like,
Dude, that's the same with me with my
Yeah.
over ears that I use for my podcast. I cannot hear anything around me when I'm wearing them and have the ANC on. Like it's so
I'll,
ridiculous.
I got to reply to that. I got it. This happened to me. So I got my AirPod Pros, not the twos. I went as loud as it is the train, because you live in Massachusetts.
Yep.
So the
Yep.
conductor talked, my whole volume, I didn't touch nothing, went down, and I heard the conductor. Once he finished, it went back up to the same volume that I have listening my music. It suppressed the music. I was surprised. I didn't touch nothing. It just did its own. It went whoop. Listen to the conductor. Open back your music. I was like, what? I didn't know they had that capability a while back.
I didn't
That's
know it could
awesome.
do the opposite as well. My son went and yelled really loud one time, and I was wearing these and had transparency mode on, and they went into ANC mode and then went back off. So it's like they also will do the opposite and like protect your hearing if there's a really loud sound and you have the transparency through, and then go back to it. Apparently, I didn't know it would do that. I knew it would do the talk through thing because they kind of demoed it, where like if you're on a train or a
Yeah.
bus or whatever, but I didn't know it would be do the. The only thing I wish that they would add in it's something that Google showed off is the conversation mode, where like you start talking to somebody and it will turn that off and then back. I wish that they had that as an option. Um,
Oh,
but
auto. That's what you mean?
yeah, like the automatic, yeah, or like I think it's Sony does that where you can hold your hand up to your ear and it does it. But I guess it's just as quick for me to go like with the AirPods Max. It's just as quick for me to hit the button, hear what I'm
Mhm.
talking, hear them, and then back into it. And
I want to go hit the chat for a second. Hugo,
Yeah.
um, I know you're surprised at what you saw. I'll explain later. I just saw my friend go crazy, so yeah, I just wanted to say that.
So,
And Hugo, I don't know you. I don't know you as a person who knows how to spell. So this is just you being you. All love, man. All love. You know that.
I got a question to y'all, and I'll start it up. Y'all know my answer. What is the one favorite device of your entire life? Mine is the iPad Pro. Why? The flexibility to move it everywhere and do pro level on the Pro One is my favorite device. All easy to use. It's still having, let me down. I did my own business. Let me look at the lens. I got money because of it. It's been so helpful in my business in every level that it is the one thing that I go by. And I say, I don't care. I'm not being Apple sheep. This is the device that I love the best. Go ahead, y'all can answer.
Yeah, no, and honestly, you have to love what you have, and use what you have. Um,
So I love it.
Honestly, for me, I think. I mean, it's a tough question for me, honestly. Um, my Apple Watch is something that I cannot go a day without, and if I do, man, let me tell you, I'll get thrown off. Um, yeah, I think that's really it. I mean, my phone, of course. I'm too much attached to it. Um, but I think one of my favorite products that I've had last couple of years has to be the HomePod Mini. I really love the sound, uh, the size, and everything. I have it upstairs in my bathroom, so whenever I'm taking a shower, doing whatever, I can play music, play
Number
podcasts.
two.
Por favor.
But go ahead. Listen for you.
Oh, text me and he just
Yeah, this is when this get love. This get the most love. But go ahead.
True. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it's that. My accessories that go with it and everything. I think now we've come to a place where technology is all around us, and I think that honestly, everything is necessary, and just a part of us. And if we don't have something, if something's missing from our everyday carry, um, like our whole day gets thrown off. I don't know about you guys, but that's just how I am.
Yeah, I'll let Michael Pepper answer it since while he's pondering. Unless he's
Yeah,
frozen. You think he's
for
frozen?
I am.
Oh,
Frozen.
he is. But I'll continue. This device for me while he get on frozen, let me know, and then I'll shut up. This device right here, this wonderful, beautiful thing has saved me so much because I got the LTE model.
Yep.
Oh my God. I did a job the other day because I didn't have no internet, but I did have the LTE model. I was just golden. Boom, 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 got paid. So
Dude.
I gotta have the LTE model. Even though it's not a
Yeah.
lot of internet, it's little, but the time that I used it, it has saved me.
Oh yeah, for sure. And the same thing goes with my Apple Watch. I think honestly, and everybody's probably heard me say this at one point or another. If you can afford
Goes.
it,
He said
if you
goes, but go ahead.
if you can afford it, I think everybody should have
Mhm.
a smart watch, or a smart ring, whatever. I think that it's very essential. Um, especially when you get to a certain age. I think that um, it's just that tool that you should have, um, to just watch your health and stuff like that. Um, you know, I see a lot of people that are just like, oh, I'm not a watch person. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not either. But as soon as I got my first Apple Watch, I became a watch person like no tomorrow.
Me too.
I started buying uh, accessories for it, and Benji gets crazy on me when I have like cases on my watch and stuff. I know, you shouldn't really have anything to show it off
Yeah,
and whatnot, but like, man, I'm a klutz, so if I can get a case for it, awesome. I mean, look at it now. I have the OtterBox case on it and a Nomad ripoff uh, watch band. I
I'll tell you
made
one
videos
thing.
on both of them on my
I'll let
channel.
Michael Pepper answer the question. Go ahead.
So, Taylor, imagine you just hear this. Oh, hold on. See if I can get it to work.
Taylor, please turn down the water temperature. Sensors have noticed the humidity is too high in your shower.
Ooh, wow.
What the hell?
Give me a second.
Can you imagine,
Yeah.
like, you're just taking a shower and your HomePod's like, Taylor, please turn down the water. Sensors have noticed the humidity has risen in your shower. Please
hey,
lower
you know
temperature
what?
for safety. And it
Hey,
could do it, you know.
I'll be
listen.
back in a minute. Go ahead.
If
Sure. Listen, you're kidding, but if that actually was a thing for the HomePod, holy shit!
well, think about it. Okay, they already have the humidity sensors and the temperature sensors. So, like, if
Exactly.
you put it in your bathroom and it was like, please turn it down, you know, for your own safety, we've noticed that you've had the the temperature in here has been too high for too long, or even for things like, oh, we've noticed your iPhone is nearby. Yes, it has an IP rating, but please turn down the because you know heat and stuff can still
Yeah,
potentially,
yeah, for
and
sure.
just things like that is kind of
Um,
funny. But
I
yeah, for me, I think my one piece of tech has to be a smartwatch. I
yeah,
used to say it has to be an Apple Watch, but I was using my Galaxy Watch 5 Pro for a few weeks, and it's gotten a lot better. And like battery life on that's pretty good. Um,
yeah.
Apple app availability used to be better on the Apple Watch, but then since like Telegram went away and some of the apps that I was using that were only Apple Watch, kind of went away. It like similar like there's no WhatsApp app, there's no like realistically you only have the default messengers on most of them. So
Hmm.
that benefits. And then the fact that you can still remote your camera from that. The only thing that I will say that's the benefit for me with the Apple Watch is it syncs up with my doctor. So my doctor uses my chart and all my stuff can sync. And I can even like pull up data through the My Chart app on my watch to show off stuff. Or like if I were to fall, because like my anxiety gets triggered and I start having a panic attack and were to fall,
Ooh.
that
Go ahead, keep
triggers me.
talking, Michael. I'm listening.
I was gonna say, so you know the automatic fall detection thing, which you have to turn on if you're under the age of what is it, 55 or 60 or whatever, because the
Yeah,
default, you have to
yeah.
turn that on. But the fact that that's there is such a, and
Oh yeah,
then
dude.
the only
Oh
thing
yeah.
I'm having issues
Even
with is the ECG has been funky with me. It keeps telling me like to hold still, and I'm like, I am literally holding as still as I possibly
Um,
can. And
even
I don't know if
even
it's the sensor, and if it is, I'm gonna have to. I don't want to have to replace my Apple Watch because like
yeah.
literally my coverage on it just ran out, like or is just
one
about to run out.
model.
So I might have to go into Best Buy and get it replaced like now because I think my
What
coverage
series?
expires on March 25th. I have the Series 7. And I think my
Okay.
Even
2 years
the
coverage is up on March 25th. So if it is, I should just bring it into Apple Store like and be like,
oh
"Here,
yeah, dude.
replace it."
Dude, do
Yeah, that
it.
might be possible. Let's say
Honestly.
something quick before I
Yeah.
interrupt anybody's story. This band is no Spigen, and this is the best band.
Mm,
And this cover, I got it because I saw somebody literally fell off a bike, little, not a moped, higher than moped, like those little bike they ride, like those screws
yeah.
they use for deliver food. He fell and cracked the Series One in my face. I don't know this guy, but it was coming from downtown. He cracked it. So before, when I bought mine, I put this, right? I got ridiculed. You know how it's Twitter, X, everybody, I had like 90 comments. Oh, why you got that? Because I saw that person fell off the bike, hit the corner of the sidewalk, and cracked the screen.
Uh-huh.
And so I
Uh-huh.
decided to, protect it. But go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. I honestly think even for people with disabilities, I think it's a very crucial thing to have. Um, depending on your disability. I mean, for me, I think that um, when I'm walking with my crutches, I don't. If the phone rings, I don't have to always get my phone out of my pocket. All I have to do is look at the watch, see who's calling, and if I want to answer on my watch, if I can, if I'm in an environment that I can hear well, then I will. If not, then yeah, I'll take out my phone. Or what I'll do sometimes is have one of my AirPods on, and then when somebody calls in or something, all all I have to do is when Siri asks or tells me, hey, this person's calling or this person's texting, just say, okay, respond to the text or answer the call. I think honestly having that feature with the AirPods is just amazing.
I want to touch one more topic. If y'all don't mind, staying here like 20 minutes more. I'm gonna go about 20 minutes more.
Yeah,
Um, the one topic that I like that people don't discuss in the solo, home automation, that goes
yeah,
along with disability. It does,
yes,
and that's one thing. You know,
yes.
you know, turn on the light, turn on the light. That's very helpful, and I saw a channel doing that. I, once I get the name, I will send it to y'all on the chat that we have our group. That channel amazed me. They'll talk
Dude.
about this is very helpful because some people don't have arms, I mean, whatever is the disability, not to
Seriously.
be specific. So it could be helpful because you got voice come in.
Yeah, and honestly, I honestly thought. Sorry for interrupting. I honestly
No, go
thought
ahead.
of redirecting my channel to being, all about technology. You know, having a disability, using technology with your disability. But I was like, I'm not all about going into, all the tech products that you need. But at the same time, like, I still want to talk about it. So I'm honestly thinking about doing certain videos
Hey,
about it,
hey Taylor, I have a
especially in the
question for
summer.
you.
Sure.
Have you thought about doing like how to set up your iPhone for like your specific disability use or like your Apple Watch? What I think would be cool is if you could do a whole channel that's specifically and okay, this is a play on your name. I think it's brilliant though.
Go for it.
Tailored tech or like how to tailor your tech for you.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, I
Because
love
your
that.
name, like, is
Yep.
brilliant and, like, you could show literally setting it up, and you could
Yep.
have endless videos because you could show, like, certain apps. You could show,
Yeah.
like, which apps work really well with, like, the accessibility features, the on-screen features. You could go really in
Yeah.
depth and stuff, and there's stuff that nobody covers, and you have a unique
Yeah.
perspective
Yeah.
because you're mobile okay, how do I say it without being offensive? You're mobily impaired. You're
Yeah.
not, like, necessarily, like and you're not necessarily like completely deaf or completely blind or completely but
Right.
actually
Right.
your hands are affected because when you're getting up and you're using your crutches you have to then similar
Yeah.
to being visually impaired you have to use your voice
Right.
and for a
Yeah.
lot of things and so it'd be interesting for me though I use those features for simple things like um, we have a we have a HomePod mini in my son's room. And the whole casting thing where you can say, like, to broadcast, and then you can broadcast so, like, if we're out in the living room area, we can broadcast into his room and be like, "Hey, come out here, it's dinner time." Or like, "Hey, come," or like, "Hey," or like through the, cameras, I can ask Siri to show me his room,
Yep.
and she will pop up, like, showing his room, and I can be like, "Hey, you need to pick up your room," or whatever,
Yeah.
and just kinda or, like, even if you're gone and you just wanna check on your house, like,
Hmm.
getting security cameras are extremely cheap now, like, Eufy, you can
Dude.
get I got a two-pack, I paid $99 when I got a two-pack. They're now down to, like, $79, and if you don't mind, like, coupons, you can do $69.99, and renewed, you can get around that price as well, and you can get and then you don't have to get whole kits, and even things like, I have iCloud's maxed 2 terabyte I have their 2 terabyte storage only because that includes unlimited, like, backup of your HomeKit enabled cameras
Hmm.
and stuff without counting towards it.
Yeah.
Um, but like, I feel like HomeKit and Siri as
Dude.
far as, like, controlling that is way better than Google Assistant has been for me
Hmm.
stability-wise.
Hmm.
I've half the time where Google is like, please connect to the internet or that device cannot be found. I'm like, I just
You're
reset that up for the 15th time. I had a whole setup at one point. Nobody knows about this because I had it for 2 days and returned it. I had
dude.
Google Nest Home Pro, like their newest stuff. I had
Yeah.
their Nest cameras. I had bought
Mhm.
like a couple additional Nest hubs.
Yep.
I had like
Yep.
all Google everything you could do. Pixel 6, like running it all for that absolute crap. I ended up
Dude.
returning basically all of it and was like, I'm just gonna go with HomeKit stuff.
Dude.
And you can find cheap bulbs now, like um
Okay, we're not talking about
Marasso and
Google.
stuff. I
It's
think
called
it's
constructive criticism. But go ahead, Michael.
Marasso, I think is the brand. They sell it like on Amazon and I think at Walmart too. That's like really cheap. You can get bulbs that work with HomeKit, and you don't have to have like
Yeah.
a separate
I
hub
have
for them.
I have the Sylvania bulbs, and I actually just got another one that can change color. Uh, so amazing, so amazing. I like when I'm going upstairs. All I have to do is say
Yeah,
a few words to
read the
my
commentary.
HomePod. Trademark that Taylor. Yeah, maybe, man, maybe.
I love the name, but seriously, I mean, that's
Dude,
because we don't need to be tied to the same
and I
tech.
even said it. Yeah, and I even said it to my girl that's here, Sherry. Hi, I see you. I'm not ignoring anybody, like I said earlier. I'm just engaged in this conversation, so it's tough to go back and forth. But I even said to her, like, honestly, having all that tech in the house, and just having that secure environment is so important to me now. And honestly, it's so useful. And like, I just think that, you know, at least one or two speakers and HomePods and stuff like that, and just other stuff, I think are essential. Um, there was something else I was going to say about this. Oh, but being a content creator, and we were talking about this if we ever move in together and stuff. Um, she was like, "Oh, you'll have your own separate room across the house. That way, you can do all your tech stuff in peace." And I'm like, "Nah, you're gonna be behind the camera, watching, helping me out, doing whatever it needs to be done." And like, I mean, she supports me watching and commenting and stuff like that. And Jess and everybody that's here today, honestly. So, I think having that support system, having that person to, um, egg you on and cheer you on, I think is very important. But, I even told her, listen, honestly, do not get mad or offended that I'm checking out the house. It's for our ease of use and for um and for security. I honestly just, there are certain areas, my area not so much, her area, there's just certain areas that you can never be too careful. So I think it's just super important. Even if it's like one simple security camera at your front door, I think is, essential. Um, Especially for people with disabilities. I mean, I myself, like, sometimes I'm downstairs, the front door is upstairs. So, when somebody rings that doorbell, I have to go upstairs and obviously answer the door. But sometimes it'll be a simple Amazon package coming. The guy just leaves it there, rings the bell, and leaves. Sometimes I'll get to the door, nobody's there, and that's what annoys me. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get security cameras. I'm gonna get a doorbell. That way, whenever somebody presses it, I see who it is, and then decide: do I go and open the door, or do I stay where I am and do what I'm doing? You know what I mean?
Or
And
talk to the
tend to
person.
whatever it is later.
Or talk to the person. Like,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah. Hugo, you too, man. You know that. Like, I should not say that. I should not have to say that. I mean, well, you and I both are content creators, whether it be, different things, man, still.
Okay, go ahead, explain Michael Pepper.
That's nothing.
Wow. You said I'm nothing. Wow. Oh, but I forgot to show you one more thing about my watch.
No, I
Quickly.
literally I had to be
Love
careful.
you,
I was like
Jess.
to make sure that I didn't show anything that shouldn't. But like, yeah, I have nothing coming. Should be here a week from today.
Yeah, you said that. Let me see if I can get it working. This is my face watch. Can y'all see it?
Yep. Yep.
I don't know. I like it like that. The weather, the time, the comment, the text. What else is there? The
How
battery
much?
health.
How much per month is it to have that on your on T-Mobile on your line?
I don't know. I'm gonna look into it and send you the information. I know it costs 800, the total.
I was just trying
So,
to know like what the monthly cellular cost through T-Mobile is because I thought about doing that with my
oh,
T-Mobile.
the cellular part is $10.
Okay, so it's
Yes,
not
sir.
bad
Mhm.
because they have some deals going on right now, and that's one of the few ways you can get one anymore with the whole with the whole you know where they did the whole ban where you
Yeah,
Yep.
$10 cell phone.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Michael.
Oh,
ahead.
I literally changed my lighting on you guys with HomeKit while I'm streaming and made it like the light warmer in here so it's not as harsh on my eyes and the advantage of just being able to do that while you're streaming. But man, sometimes I wish I had a stream deck for that purpose where like I could just sit down and hit a button and it would just do the lights like I want them to but I've been looking at and that reminds me they finally got back to me and I need to reply to a DM from what's the company? Um, they did,
And y'all be
Gobi,
having companies.
Gobi.
Y'all be having companies reach out to you, and I'm still
I,
working.
I reached out to Govi and they're like, well, you can apply to our whatever, like our affiliate program through this or whatever. And I'm like, so I want to because we got 3 air purifiers from them. And I was curious, like, to see maybe they'll send me out some like lights for my studio and stuff because I would like
Yeah.
their floor lights, the stick lights that you can put in the corners, and just put a couple behind me. Those would look so nice. And I mean, obviously, if they don't want to send me stuff, I'll buy them at some point. But I just thought,
Yeah.
hey, maybe I should reach out to them considering I just bought stuff from
That's
them and be like, hey, I'm doing a studio. Would you be interested in being featured and see what they say? Especially since my
Yeah.
content is doing better now. Similar with a desk, I need to reach out to a couple desk companies and stuff. I've had case companies hit me up a couple times and stuff, but
Now that
we
you mentioned
were
that,
talking about earlier about like things we have coming up. So I have more case videos for my iPhone coming up. I have one of my favorite cases that for my iPhone was the Rinky Onyx, and I got that for the S24 Ultra coming up.
ooh, love it.
ooh,
And then I need to do some OnePlus 11 stuff. I just did my video on this case the other day. I need to do some I'm going to do some photography stuff, some comparison videos, a video that's sure to make both sides of the discussion mad, having to do with OnePlus 12 versus like Samsung. But
uh-oh.
I truly do believe that sometimes paying more, you get more out of it. Like some people would say, well, I'm willing to pay $300 more for a Samsung device if even if the features are less in some areas because of getting things like Samsung DeX where they don't have to buy a laptop. They can literally just plug their phone in and use that type of thing. That could be worth extra rather than buying a separate laptop because there's no way you're going to buy a $200 laptop and get that type of quality out of it. But on the other hand, for the typical user, just needing to do calls, text, take photos, social media, scrolling the web, checking their emails and stuff, paying less, you still get a very good device that does equally as well those features, if not better, in the fast charging and some of those. So I was going to do 2 separate videos and touch on kind of like why it's better, why it's worse, but I think I'll just do it all in one video.
Yeah. Also, so I told you, Michael Pepper, and all my audience, I'm buying shelf for this for the back, putting shelf because I want to. I'm putting my you know that I got a watch with my logo, like a big clock. I don't know
Oh,
if y'all
really?
remember that.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. No, I remember that. Yeah.
let me show you. Give me a second. Let me find it.
Sure.
Y'all keep talking.
And talking about like HomeKit stuff and how it's awesome. Let's see if I can pull up I had it up. I think I closed it out. So it was like a 34-second clip where I had taken my S24 Ultra out of the box and I was messing with it and getting ready to set it up. And I was sitting there in our living room. My son comes out and he goes, "Whoa, that phone is huge. That's the biggest phone I've ever seen." And of course, I didn't have my camera out, but our security cameras, because they're set up for motion, caught that. So I just cropped in on it, and it was 1440p originally, so it's not like the highest quality, but I cropped in on it and just grabbed and did a screen recording of that 34 seconds, and now I have it. So like moments that you would miss, and you think, oh, it's just a security camera. But if you have it to record whenever there's motion, you might have moments of, family, Christmas, maybe you're together for Christmas and some kid says something and you didn't have your phone. Like those moments that you can capture that you don't even think about. Having technology around you all the time is it. And it's not invasive because it's encrypted. Like the footage that's being recorded is encrypted. So I'm not worried about that.
Right.
Right. Oh, yeah. Before we get to this question, because I don't want to leave the audience hanging either, let me make it big for me. I'm getting and I'm getting the green color lights. It's like, RGB light, just the green, because I want it. Let me show you. Did it work? Okay.
Ooh. Yeah, I remember that.
So I wanted the RGB in the back because as I see Kevin the Tech Ninja, he got his logo on his videos, and also Random Frank P. So I wanted to, that's what I got the idea and inspiration behind it. And I got this from Redbubble Company. Go ahead, Taylor.
Hang on one second.
I need to figure out, and I need to redo a logo and figure out a logo. But I always wanted just one of those. I always wanted one of those old style live signs, and to have that on the wall behind me. So when I go live, that would be up there, glowing behind me, and then have my actual logo do do that too. I know technically T has his logo in like a light behind him.
Oh yeah, the company sent it to them.
I would love to.
One of the companies gifted it to him.
I would love to do that. You guys know the light setup in my office is not very great, especially near my desk. I mean, I have a light right above my desk and then the light behind me that sometimes affects my videos and stuff. That's kind of why I decided to sit here, because this is the only place that does not have. Actually, if you don't mind, I'm going to show off my
go ahead
here. So you guys can see I have the lights near the TV. I have that light over there. That plant is going away, by the way. And I have that light above my desk. So these lights, the way that they set it up, this used to be a bedroom, so that's why it looks the way it does. So I mean, back when it was a bedroom, I loved these lights. Now, man, like it messes up my shots like you guys don't even know.
If you could rotate that desk 90 degrees so it was on the wall next to the TV, I bet you your lights would be better positioned because they'd be mostly upwards and behind you, but they wouldn't be in the shot.
Yeah, that happened to me, Taylor. If you go back to the live stream,
but Michael, I don't think that the desk would fit like that. I mean, if I shifted the TV a little bit, maybe, but
I was just eyeing it, and it might, it'd probably be a close fit. I'd be curious.
And by the way, you guys
also, Taylor, I had the same problem because in my live stream I had a halo in the back, but I fixed everything with time.
You guys see
another thing to your point earlier, before I forget, sorry to interrupt you. That never let me stop from continuing. Some people be like, oh, that looks wrong. I cannot create, but I continue. That's another thing, how to perceive and better yourself. It's called 1% every time. But go ahead, Taylor.
You guys see my AirPods case that fell under my desk near my trash can?
Wow.
I went to move and my AirPods case just fell. But anyway, Tech woes as you tech woes as you like to
So
say.
so this is my office now.
Oh
Ooh,
wow.
like it.
So we moved let me bring it back here. Um we moved our bed out from here out to the living room and then made this into like a studio slash office space for me so it's quieter. I can lock the
Ooh.
door so my son's not like trying to run in and out of here. Sometimes if I'm live streaming, it's nice. I was in the same spot, but my bed was literally up to my back, so I had to be
I think
closer so you get like here down of my face.
yeah.
And so I don't know, just utilizing it. And now this is like our sitting space.
Mhm.
And so we have like couch in here, chair in here, and then we have a square table that's next to me. It was my grandma's table, and so um sometimes we sit in here and eat, but we also got one of those tables that has like the wings to it. So it's like
Yeah.
18 inches across, but then you can fold the wings out and it makes it like 52 inches across. And
I,
so we have that out in our kitchen area now. So it's just nice, but we need to figure out some more of the space. But living in a 2-bedroom apartment is tricky.
yeah. Yeah.
So
Michael, I
yeah,
don't know if it
so
was the last time that you were on my podcast that your son came behind you and I was
Hmm.
just like, oh hi.
Yeah,
But
he
yeah.
snuck in. I forgot I could lock the door, and he said he would be good. And then he got bored and snuck in, and I was like, okay. And he's super smart. He's figured out that if he can take a coin and turn it in the door handle and unlock the door.
Ooh, you're in trouble. You're in trouble.
So if it's just me, I'll have these on transparency mode so I can hear him and know he's gonna do that. But
Yeah.
my wife's home right now, so I don't have to worry about that. Otherwise, yeah.
yeah, I'll say one thing before we close this.
Yeah,
I want to
absolutely.
answer this question and do the closing remarks if you don't mind, because I've been an hour and 30 minutes. What you think about this? And it depends what kind of surface, what model, because he asked.
Surface is 214 right now. That what Surface like Surface Duo or
I think it got to be an older model of the Surface line, if I'm not mistaken. You could, if you could check, if you don't mind. But also, while you look for that, Michael Pepper, I want to say, everybody that came in, thanks for coming. We're not closing yet. We just got a couple of more minutes, but it was fun and I learned a lot. And
Yeah,
we discussed
definitely.
the main topic, and we went gave a little recap. We discussed not the general topic that everybody's discussing because I've already been, you know, pointed out to death. So we went out
I
in different realm. We talk about the disabled area. We talk about home kit and stuff like that. But go ahead, Taylor.
I gotta say, Tech PD, you've been doing amazing with your live streams. I think
Thank
that
you.
you talk about a lot of things that a lot of creators don't talk about day by day, and there has to be more of that. And I say that, um, you know, because I see it myself. I mean, like I said earlier, now I'm kind of like starting to show myself off a little bit more, and just trying to show off my true self, having a disability and stuff like that. And honestly, I'm gonna try to make a lot more videos to help people with disabilities learn tech and stuff like that. I think
Yeah,
it's super, super important.
I got a
So,
recommendation
props
to
to
when
you,
you
man,
finish talking.
for doing what you do.
Thank you, appreciate it. I got a recommendation. You still could keep it in your channel and just call it a series, and you could do that once a month and talk about that. That also could be part of your channel. You don't have to create a new
Yeah,
channel.
yeah,
It could be,
that's
for
true.
example, I got a perfect name for it. Um, Tech for the other side. You see,
Mm,
tech for the other side, and you talk
yeah,
about the other side. Because people don't talk about that a lot in our niche.
yeah,
So that's my name. I don't know if it's crappy or whack, but that's what I would call the
yeah,
series.
yeah. Um, I'll have to think about it. Maybe I'll put a poll on social
Yeah,
media.
put a poll and come up with different names.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Thank you for having me on, man. It was really fun. Thank
Yeah,
you guys all who have sat here through and watched, especially my great friends, my family, from my program. I really appreciate you guys.
Yeah, anything? Any good luck with that, Michael Pepper? Oh no, with that question. It's not. Sorry, but we try. Let me-
Surface laptops are great, but pricey. I'm not a huge fan of the Surface Go or even Pro. Frankly, I think my Galaxy Tab S7 Plus using Dex is better in terms of.
Oh, he put it
Yeah,
as
Windows is tricky because Windows is not really designed for touch. Like I've used touch display with my Windows desktop, and it still struggles with certain things. Um, I mean, the idea that you have a tablet that can collapse down and basically use it as like a laptop, and then you can take it and use it like a tablet. Like if you're just viewing content, I like that idea. But I feel like what I've seen that's kind of neat. I think Lenovo. It was either Lenovo or Acer or Asus. One of them. I think it's Lenovo.
Yeah.
Yes, Lenovo Yoga Duo, where they have it where it's an Android tablet that then docks to a keyboard that's got like Windows in the the keyboard part of it is running Windows, and then you dock the tablet and it takes advantage of that, but you can disconnect it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the tablet part runs Android, but you can take the base part and plug it into like another monitor and still use it. So like if you wanted to use the tablet because you have stuff on there, and then I don't know, you have a kid, a wife, whatever, they want to take and they need to access the Windows part, they could just connect it up to like a TV or another monitor and still use it.
That's
I
true.
think that's kind of cool. But I don't know. I've never just been a fan of the Surface. They're really expensive. They've removed more of the ports on the most recent ones. They're less. They actually get worse repairability than like an iPad does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
this is the comment that he put it.
I've seen almost every time I've been in Best Buy, I see somebody returning their Surface. Like almost every time I've gone in there, I've seen somebody that is returning a Surface Pro device, and it's like, ugh. Because they buy it, they think it's going to be great for college, and then they're like, nope, I'd rather just get a laptop. Like, I'd rather just get a MacBook Air or something. So they do that.
Yeah, to that comment that he put this back.
Yeah, yep.
So
It's
okay,
not
cool.
bad. Like, if you want a little, a little laptop, the Go models aren't bad. They get decent battery life. If you're somebody that is just like wants to watch content but needs like a desktop interface every once in a while, but doesn't really edit videos or photos or do anything extreme. It's kind of like the idea of like a Chromebook, but it's better than like the HP Stream. They're super cheap that use like Windows S mode or whatever. I think that the laptop Go does that, but you can disable it. So I know there's that. Yeah, it's been good
So
seeing you back. It's been good seeing you. I'm glad you're back to live streaming again. I'll be
yeah,
live Thursday at 8. That's my
cool.
thing
So the
now.
last thing before closing, I want to just because I do this in Clubhouse, but I wouldn't say any word that could give an inspiration or anything you want to say. For me, I'll say the word that I used in Clubhouse: build your foundation. Don't skip any step. Let me explain why quickly. Because if you try to kiss that step, for example, if you give your editor, oh, do me the thumbnails, and you never learn properly, and then you got a brand deal, and the editor gets sick, can I do your thumbnail? You don't know how to do thumbnails. Build your foundation. When something happens, you know how to do the basics. Okay,
Yeah.
Taylor, any word?
No, man, I think you covered it. I mean,
Okay. What about you, Michael Pepper? Any word you want to say? Like one word to close it?
Prioritize your audio over video because people will listen to you and not watch you, but people will not watch you if they cannot hear you.
right.
Like,
Perfect. With that
Absolutely.
said, go ahead, Taylor.
Absolutely. I think that is very essential. Um, I would say even your lighting. I mean, try to get good lighting. Um, and this is one thing that I've learned to do in my videos. Um, do click the screen before you actually click live or record. Click the screen and lock your settings. That way, if you're moving, it doesn't look all screwed up afterwards. So that's my tip.
With that said, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. I'm going to have all the description of the guests over here. And don't forget to stay techie with that. Peace out. Peace and love. Take care, everybody.
See you guys.